Welcome back. You're watching Morning Live. Thank you for watching. Now, in the month that commemorates the 22nd Rwandan Genocide that left close to 1 million people murdered, Zinhle Dlamini's debut novel titled Before Her Innocence Was Removed reminds us of those who were displaced and how they were disconnected from family and friends. This, though, is a story of Solomon, a young man that fled Rwanda to seek refuge in neighbouring countries. Joining me in studio is the author. Zinhle, good morning.
Good morning, Sam.
This book is gut-wrenching. It hits you in a way that I don't think the stories that have come out of Rwanda in that period in 1994 has ever hit me before. You found a face, somebody who lived through it and was able to continue their living.
That was the whole purpose of writing this book, Sam, putting a face to the Rwandan genocide. I mean, all these years, we've been told that 800,000 people were killed. So many were displaced. But who are they? Who are these people? So instead of having the genocide just as an event, now let's turn it into a human story.
But this was your debut offering, though. You tackled something that is very complicated. And I love that you contextualize it in a way that gives us a bit of insight into the Hutus and the Tutsis and their relationship pre-1994, the relationship once there's a switch of power with Belgium coming into it, and then contextualizing it with radio reports throughout.
Okay, that's the Hutus, the Tutsis, the Belgians, and the Germans. That's the political aspect of it, which I really don't want to go into because it's a very touchy subject. But when it comes to the transcripts, if you read the book, you will have noticed that Solomon was in Rwanda during the genocide for only 2 weeks. And he spent his time in a game reserve, the Akagera National Park. It's a game reserve like your Kruger National Park, where animals are roaming freely. So the reason he left is because he witnessed one of his neighbors being devoured by a leopard. And then also, yes, he had heard that the attackers had caught on that there were people who were hiding out, in the forest. So he had to choose between being devoured by animals to death or being killed by the attackers. So he chose to go to Tanzania. So he didn't quite experience the genocide. So the reason I used the transcripts was for me to hold the reader by the hand, take them to Rwanda and say, this is what happened during the genocide. Something that Solomon couldn't have told you because he wasn't there.
But that weeks leading up to the first full-scale attacks, along with his uncle, they were listening to these radio reports. They were that fear that you talk about, losing your family, that constant void of what happened to my mom and what happened to my sisters and my brothers. And I think in one way you poignantly put it that he chose to believe that his family was okay at the beginning.
Yes, but sadly he found out after 8 years that his mom had died during the genocide. It's actually, very graphic. And
it is.
I'm tearing up now. If you allow me to go to page 109 and just read out for you how it happened.
But while you're looking for that, what was his experience like listening to somebody who was directly affected by the Rwandan genocide?
I felt very sad because it was basically forcing him to relive said events. It's something that you want to forget. But here is this journalist coming to you and saying, I just want you to tell me one more time what happened during the genocide.
And will you read fast quickly?
It's a painful walk, if I may put it that way.
Yeah, you've got about 30 seconds.
Okay, page 109. She was in the house when her attackers crept up on her and plunged a machete into her body, which was already brittle from old age. My brother was captured, his hands bound to his back, and then was pierced with the machete in his chest.
Yeah. there's some moments in this book where you're reading it and you're going, this is absolutely, absolutely incredible. Okay,